Good morning, and welcome to the 2019 National Society of Collegiate Scholars new member induction ceremony for Grand Canyon University. My name is Jessica Landis, and I am the president of the NSCS chapter here at GCU. And it's truly amazing to be here today to celebrate with my fellow Lopes and to officially induct all of you into GCU's chapter of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars. I would also like to welcome and recognize those joining us via our live stream this morning. We proudly welcome our new members from around the country, and although you're not physically joining us on campus today, we welcome you and applaud your many accomplishments. Next, we would like to recognize GCU's NSCS advisor, Brianna Nagely. Brianna is the Associate Dean of the GCU Honors College and has served as our chapter's advisor since its inauguration in 2014. Brianna has served as an incredibly valuable resource for us as developing leaders, connecting us with the numerous campus opportunities, and providing us with amazing advice and support throughout the years. In fact, in recent years, she was selected as the Region 5 NSCS Chapter Advisor of the Year and was also awarded the 2018 Inspiring Integrity Award. With how well she's helped make this chapter, it's only natural that she be recognized for her hard work and efforts. We would like to thank Brianna for not only being able to make it here this morning, but for all that you do and continuously do for us. Bree, will you please stand for a quick round of applause? Hold on. Sorry, brief technical difficulties. All right. Additionally, we would like to recognize our co-advisor, Anya Cofrancesco. Anya is a GCU College of Humanities and Social Sciences and Honors College alum, also an NSCS member, and she currently serves as a program manager within the GCU Honors College. Anya plays a critical role in the event planning and operational logistics of NSCS. Additionally, Anya is largely responsible for the planning, setup, and execution of today's beautiful induction ceremony, which, as you can see, is no small feat. Anya, will you please stand for a quick round of applause? All right, at this time, I would like to welcome to the stage our Executive Vice President, Hannah R.
On behalf of the Officer Board and our entire chapter, we would like to thank each and every one of you for being here with us today. Before we kick things off, I'd like to introduce you to the leaders of our NSCS family. Jessica Landis serves as your chapter president. I, Hannah R., serve as your executive vice president. Dominic Russo serves as your treasurer. Sean Thomason serves as your secretary. Desiree Priest serves as your vice president of social media. Ada Lowe serves as your vice president of public relations. And Amara Murray Bell serves as your vice president of PACE and community outreach. If you could all please give a warm welcome to our incredible 2019-2020 Officer Board. Now, I'd like to pass the mic to one of our wonderful chapter advisors so that she can give you an even better sense of what it means to be part of GCU's NSCS chapter.
All right, good morning. For those of you guys that I'm meeting for the first time, my name is Brianna Nagely, and like they mentioned, I have the honor and privilege of serving as the chapter advisor, chapter advisor for our chapter here at Grand Canyon University. If you're an inductee with us here today, can you please stand? Let's give a huge round of applause for the inductees who have joined us near and far. Congratulations. We are so excited to honor you and your many accomplishments this academic year. You may be seated. So what I would like to do is just tell you a little bit more about what it takes to become invited and eligible to join the National Society of Collegiate Scholars. This is a national organization based out of Washington, D.C. It has a national presence. This is not your normal student club. It's not anything that just anyone can sign up for, anyone can join any given day of the week. I have a ton of students who will ask me time and time again, what can I do to get inducted into NSCS? What do I need to do for an invitation? How can I possibly join? And the answer is you can't apply. There's nothing you can do to ask permission to get in. It has to be earned. For our inductees here today, can I get a huge round of applause for the hard work it took for you to earn this spot here today? To be inducted into the National Society of Collegiate Scholars, you have to have a minimum of a 3.4 cumulative college GPA and at least 12 credits successfully completed here at Grand Canyon University. So this means that you are off to a tremendous start. It means that academic excellence, academic integrity means something to you. It means that you value this journey. My students tease me because I use this analogy a lot, but I think it's absolutely critical. NSCS inducts members at the underclassmen status. They want students off to a great start. And I think for many of us, starting the college journey is no small feat. This is a big decision. Many of us have made many sacrifices, many life changes to be where we are here today. And when it comes to completing a degree, it can often feel like climbing a rock wall. There's not always a right and wrong answer. There's not always a clear and obvious path to get to the top, but you have to keep moving. Sometimes we make decisions that take us a little right, a little left, but as long as we keep moving and keep progressing, we will reach that finish line. And so I love that analogy because there is no right or wrong way to get through this path. It could take us 4 years, it could take us 10, and it doesn't matter. As long as we keep moving and keep pacing forward to reach that finish line, we are all on a tremendous path. So I want to celebrate and acknowledge all of the hard work that has gone into getting you here today because like I mentioned, this is not something that just anybody can sign up for. We don't get emails that say, hey, what do I got to do to join? And we just say, great, you're in. We have to say that this accomplishment must be earned. You have to put in the work. You have to give that commitment to your academic journey. And for those of you guys here today, that is absolutely what you did. So let's get one more huge round of applause for all of our inductees here today. Now, for us here at GCU, just having a chapter is not where we stop. We like to be the best, right? So for us, we are proud to announce that for the third year in a row, we have remained NSCS's largest chapter, which means we have academic excellence absolutely at the forefront of our minds here at the university. We have the largest chapter. We inducted nearly 1,000 members over the last academic year, and that is no small feat. NSCS has over 330 chapters nationwide, and we are number one. We are the largest. That is so exciting for us to say because that just shows the value GCU puts in our academic excellence, our programs, and really ensuring students are successful, but more importantly, meeting you guys halfway. You guys are spending a lot of countless hours, late nights, long weekends. You are up working around the clock to make sure academic excellence remains a priority for you. So we're so excited for that. We also work on a star chapter status throughout each year. So there's a point system, and they look at how each chapter embodies the three core pillars, which for NSCS is scholarship, service, and leadership. This takes into account your community outreach, how you engage with others, the leadership that you show on campus, and how you kind of stake your claim as this national organization or a chapter of the national organization on your campus. In 2017-2018, at the conclusion of that academic year, we were awarded the Platinum Status Award, which went to 11 chapters out of the 330-plus chapters nationwide, which means we were at the top of our game as far as community service, leadership, outreach, etc. So we were really excited of that. Last year, we had the gold status, and we're really proud of that, but this year we're working really hard as a group and as a community to get back to our platinum status. That is the goal for the board members up on this stage, and what I hope is the goal for all of our chapter members here. It's to continue to work together as a team, as a group, as a family, to really embody what it means to be a strong leader, commit to service, and scholarship. We want to make that the core of everything we do and what we practice so that we can get back to that platinum status and really make our mark on the NSCS community. So for all of this, I really just want to extend a huge congratulations and really make sure that you understand what it takes for an individual to be sitting where you are today. We are so proud, so excited to celebrate this day with you, and we're excited for the things to come. So congratulations once again. At this time, I want to introduce our keynote speaker. So every year we try to select a keynote speaker who really embodies the 3 pillars of NSCS: scholarship, leadership, and service. And this year we couldn't think of anyone better than our very own Aisha Bell. So Aisha has been dedicated to helping individuals in the areas of professional, personal, and spiritual development for most of her career. Throughout her life, Aisha has personally coached and facilitated workshops for more than 5,000 individuals, both youth and adults, and is passionate about educating, motivating, and encouraging others to be their best selves. Her work as a coach, speaker, trainer, and leadership development professional began as early as high school and college, when she was frequently called upon to present workshops on networking, conflict resolution, leadership, and more various club activities throughout her sorority. Following her years, she spent time in social services, recruiting in government fields, and she's been in several different positions where she's been consistently called upon to train, develop, motivate, and coach fellow colleagues. Currently, she serves as a program manager in our strategic employer initiatives and internships department, so she's constantly engaging with internships and industry leaders across the valley and across the nation, and she is very connected, she's empowering, she's bright, she's brilliant, and she has a ton of energy, right? Even at 9 a.m. So please join me in giving a warm welcome to our speaker, Aisha Bell.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here today. What an exciting opportunity. As I sit out here and I listen to what NSCS has accomplished, what you all had to accomplish in order to have the opportunity to be inducted into the National Society of Collegiate Scholars today, I feel proud for you. My goodness, what an amazing accomplishment that all of you had to go through to get here. This truly is a moment of significance. And as Bree stated, being here on the Grand Canyon University campus and getting this honor this morning, this is no small feat. And again, I'm just so excited for you. As she stated, my name is Aisha, and I work here with Grand Canyon University. I just celebrated my 7-year anniversary here with the university, and I love working with students. I love developing people. That's what I'm passionate about today. What I wanted to talk to all of you about today was how hard you've worked to get to this moment. For some of you all, this might be surreal because of all the long nights, the sacrifice personally, professionally, that you may have had to commit to in order to get to this place. For some of you, this might be another accolade on a long list of accomplishments that you've already had. To everybody in this room, including the parents and the guests and the supporters of your scholars today, I want to ask you this. How are you going to maximize this moment? How are you going to leverage this opportunity? A few weeks ago, even before I was asked to present to you all today, I had read this scripture and it jumped out at me. It's Joshua 18:3, and it says, "So Joshua said to the Israelites, 'How long will you wait before you begin to take possession of the land that the Lord, the God of your ancestors, has given to you?'" That was so powerful, so impactful to me. Because this is your land. This is your opportunity to take possession of what you have been invited to be a part of. And what are you going to do with it? This is uncharted territory, a new arena for you. And sometimes you might suddenly struggle with fear or an imposter syndrome. You've all probably heard about the imposter syndrome where people say, oh, I shouldn't be here because you had to work so hard to get here. Or maybe you had to overcome so many challenges to be in this place. And you say, oh my goodness, this is so much for me. Some of you may have people in your life who have tried to discourage you. Not necessarily purposely, but they just may not have the vision that you do. They may not understand why you want to work as hard as you do, why you want to attain the accolades that you are shooting for and aiming after. Sometimes we're so busy because you are all honor students. You've all gained this amazing opportunity because of the fact that you're a scholar. And sometimes we're overcommitted. We have so many things going on in our own lives that we can't even take a moment to realize the opportunity that's right in front of us. I've personally been in all of those places. Yet the question still remains, how long will you wait before you begin to take possession of the land that the Lord your God has given you? So here's my personal story, and it started with imposter syndrome. My mother, before I was born, she was the child of individuals who worked in the fields of Tennessee. Her parents, they farmed the land. They were uneducated. My mother was one of 12 siblings. 3 of her siblings died in infancy. She, being the oldest girl of her family, she had to take care of her younger siblings because her mother and father were working in the fields. She dropped out of school in the 4th grade so that she could stay home and care for her younger siblings. That was hard, immensely difficult for her. Her family, sometimes in the winter, after harvest was done, they would move to Illinois from Tennessee and stay there temporarily so that her father could work in the manufacturing factories. However, she still couldn't go back to school. In one of the times that they moved back to Illinois when she was about 15 or 16, she decided, this is where I'm going to stay. Her and 2 of her brothers said, we're going to stay here in Illinois and we're going to make a better life for ourselves. In that time, my mother met my father. I came, and then marriage, in that order. And before I was 4 years old, the 2 brothers that my mother moved to Illinois with died tragic deaths. When I turned 6 years old, my father passed away. He was diagnosed with childhood diabetes, type 1, and they had never found it before, and so he died from complications. So at 6 years old, my mother had to raise me as a single mom, dealing with tragic deaths of her brothers and her husband. 2 years after that, her mother passed away. By the time that I was 9 years old, my mother had her first severe nervous breakdown. At least that's what they called it at that time. Mental health wasn't necessarily where it is to this day. My mother was hospitalized in what they then called the mental ward. We know now that's not a proper name, but she was hospitalized off and on throughout my childhood because of the tragedy that she endured, the stress that she endured, and the fact that now she had to raise a child as a single mother and was uneducated to do so. My mother could not read the back of labels on cans to figure out what was in food. She couldn't balance her checkbook. I had to help her with these things growing up. For my mother, what she would tell me, she said, Aisha, you just have to get educated. You have to get your high school diploma, because that's all she could see. That's the only vision she had. She said, if you get your high school diploma, you will never be in the place where I am right now. She dreamt about getting her GED, but because of all of the stress and the mental disorders that she struggled with, she couldn't make that happen for herself. So I excelled in school. My mother was telling me, don't bring home anything lower than a B. That means you didn't try. Remember what I've been through. So I brought home good grades. I was very involved in high school. I was a varsity cheerleader. I ran track. I was MVP of our track team. I was a peer mediator. I taught vacation Bible school for our church. I was a singer and still am a singer, and I would get invited to various churches in our area in order to lead the congregations in worship while still maintaining my grades and taking care of my mother. I didn't know how I was going to get to the next level. I just knew I needed to graduate from high school. My high school guidance counselor and some of my family started talking to me and saying, Aisha, you can do more than just graduate. You can go to college. I had no idea how I was going to make that happen, but I started applying anyway. The first college that accepted me was Indiana State University in Terre Haute, Indiana. And I said, okay, I'm going to go there. That's where I'm going to be. And then they called me in January of 1995 and said, Aisha, you have been selected as one of our applicants for a presidential scholarship. I said, I don't even know how I was put into the ring for this, but let's do it. I went and I interviewed against 200 students in the tri-state area of Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky at that time. Here again, I made A's and B's. I was very involved, but I was competing against students who had patented ideas. They had written books. They were trained to be scholars. They were trained to be leaders. I wasn't even dressed appropriately for the interview. However, I was one of 17 students awarded the presidential scholarship starting in the fall of 1995 for Indiana State University. I was the first African American scholar on that campus with that scholarship. People told me, it was amazing because, of course, I had my own fears, my own doubts. How can this happen for me? Who am I to have this opportunity? I'm not like these other individuals. They don't know my past. They don't know what I've been through. Then I had the naysayers, people saying, no, you don't deserve this. You shouldn't have this opportunity. I even had professors saying, oh my goodness, how did you get here? Right? And I wasn't aware of all the tools and the resources that were available to me, so I didn't even utilize everything. I just did what I knew to do, which was be involved and get good grades. And I did that throughout my college years. However, I did not maximize the moment. I did not leverage the opportunity because I didn't know. And again, because of what I had came from. So, when I graduated from Indiana State University, I knew I needed a job. And I had 3 job offers waiting for me, none of which were in an area that I was even passionate about. I just picked the job that paid me the most money. And that was not the ideal pathway. Fast forward many years later, it took me a long time to figure out what it was I really wanted to do with my life. It took me a while to figure out that I love developing people. And I had done that throughout the course of my life in high school and in college, and even in my early career. And I remembered pieces of those and said, oh my gosh, this is what I love doing this. How can I do this every single day? I had an opportunity to sit down and work with a coach. I am a certified life coach, and part of the process of obtaining my certification, I had to be coached. And I discovered what I loved. And I sat down and I looked at every area of opportunity in my life, and I learned how to leverage it. And I started making my vision for the future and where I wanted to be. And when I was doing my visioning exercises, I saw myself right here, right now, in this moment. For the past 7 years here at Grand Canyon University, and even before GCU, I'd say for the last 11 years of my career, I have been privileged to impact lives. Over 5,000 individuals that I have coached, I have mentored, I have had the opportunity to train and develop, and I love what I do every single day, and I don't take it lightly. And it's amazing. It's such a blessing to be able to do that. Have I met every goal? Am I able to say that I have truly arrived? Absolutely not. It is a work in progress every day. There's so much that I still need to learn. There's so much that I still need to do. There are still some days I wake up and say, oh my goodness, how can I have these opportunities available to me? But then I remember that I worked hard to get here and that I keep my heart focused on how I can help and impact the lives of other individuals. And then I go and I talk to people just like all of you here yourself, and I share my story. And I help them realize, too, that you're here for a purpose. If you open your eyes today, not just all of you who are here as scholars, because there was a lot of support to get you here to this moment. But if you open your eyes today, you have purpose. You have somebody that you can impact. Will you still wake up some days and feel like, I don't deserve this, I shouldn't be here? You better believe it. But you got to get up and keep going anyway. Will you have people around you that say, no, you can't go forward? No, this isn't the right opportunity, or I don't understand why you work so hard. Absolutely, you will. That's not going to stop. It is your responsibility to get a collective support team around you of people who are telling you the truth, that will support you and lift you up and really be behind you as you start to continue to gain accolade after accolade after accolade, because that's exactly what's going to happen. As Bree shared, this NSCS chapter is the largest in the country. This is a huge opportunity for you to get involved, not just to add another line to your resume, but to truly engage and leverage every single opportunity that you have to move forward. You have that chance. Are there going to be tools and resources that you're unaware of, that you don't know about? Absolutely. Commit yourself to ask questions, to learn more, to get mentors around you. If there are people that know things or doing things that you don't know how to do, reach out to them and ask them. Get to know your fellow National Society of Collegiate Scholars members, especially those that you see on the website who are contributing and doing more. You now have a commonality, and people want to share information with you, regardless of your background. Make sure that you're doing that. Your membership in the National Society of Collegiate Scholars could be momentous, and this really could be life-changing for you. Again, I encourage you to maximize this moment. Truly take some time and figure out what it is you want to achieve in your life and how this step can help you get there. And then create your action plan of who you're going to talk to, who you're going to connect with, so that you can leverage this opportunity. My challenge to all of you in this room today, not just the inductees, but supporters as well, and myself, is Joshua 18:3. How long will you wait before you begin to take possession of the land that the Lord, the God of your ancestors, has given you? This is your land. This is your moment. And I want you all to celebrate in a huge way today for the honor that you've received. I am so grateful for the opportunity to present before you today. I hope I've been able to impart something into you. Again, I don't have all the answers, but I keep moving forward, and I keep getting even more opportunities to get before individuals such as yourselves. Thank you for having me today. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you for your insightful words, Ms. Bell. One more round of applause for the keynote speaker. As new members, you're joining an organization that has a history of supporting high-achieving students early in college. The idea of Not Your Average Honor Society dates back to the founding of 1994 when Steve Laughlin, founder of NSCS, proposed to create an organization that not only recognizes the accomplishments of high achievers early in college, but engages them through leadership, service, scholarship opportunities to create a more rewarding college experience. From humble beginnings with a single chapter of George Washington University, it didn't take long for the idea to catch on like wildfire. Over 25 years, NSCS has grown to one of the nation's largest honor societies. Not even Steve could have predicted that NSCS would transform into an organization with over 330 chapters of network and over 1 million members. At this time, we would like to begin the formal induction of our newest members. Please join me in welcoming Brianna Negley and Sean Thompson back to the podium.
All right, the moment we have all been waiting for. So once again, this day is about you, and kind of playing off Aisha's message, I really enjoy the phrase, be where your feet are. So as we go through the induction ceremony and we're calling our new members, I really want you to leave everything else behind. Whatever else might be going on, the homework assignment, the DQ we need to respond to, whatever it might be that is in the back of our mind, I want us to just let that go and really enjoy and soak up the moment that we're in right now and enjoy the process of getting inducted into this prestigious organization. As a quick reminder, for those of you guys at check-in, I want to ensure all inductees have completed the name card and have left that at the front desk with our staff. If this does not look familiar, I'm going to have you check in with our front staff real quickly because these are the names we'll be calling during our induction ceremony. And next, I do want to give a huge shout out. We are live streaming today's event. We have many members. As I mentioned, we inducted nearly 1,000 members over this last year, and we have many of them watching online from home today. So we want to acknowledge and recognize all of those viewers who are tuning in with us here today. For the sake of time, we will only be calling the names of those that are physically present here with us, but we do want to give a huge congratulations to all of our new inductees for the 2019-2020 academic year. Now, for the induction ceremony, as we call your name, I'm going to ask that you please remain seated. When we call your name, you'll enter on stage left, so my left, your right. You will cross the stage, as Sean is so brilliantly demonstrating, and accept your new membership pin, and you will then exit stage right, which is my right, your left, and return to your seat. Upon exit on these stairs, you will receive a carnation. We'll explain exactly what that's for at the end of reading all of our inductees' names. But once again, please remain seated until your name is called. Names are not called in any particular order, so don't try and guess our method here. It's pretty much how you checked in. But we're going to call your name, and as we call your name, once again, enter on my left, your right. You'll cross the stage, grab your pin, and exit down my right, your left, and return to your seat. At this time, for our board members, can you please take your seats? All right. Our first inductee, please welcome to the stage Emily Wilson.
Tiana Felix. Tiana Felix.
Candace Sapp.
Christopher Kane.
Vanessa Ottawa.
Michelle Garcia.
Ashley Fuller.
Sebastian Getrost.
Elizabeth Orima.
Umutoni Paula.
Adriana Romero.
Heather Hancock.
Kayla Lira.
Maria Santana Leon.
Colin Steffi.
Dawson Argo.
Brandon Smith.
Isaac Dene Leon.
Jeremy Rattan.
Amy Franklin.
Brianna Van Meter.
Tiffany Smith.
Taylor Palmer.
Robert Erickson.
Avery Legenza.
Jadzia Navarette.
Bruce Butler.
Michelle Fiffick.
Gabriela Garcia.
Erica Gonzvar.
Tia Cannon.
Madison Rogers.
Gladys Figueroa.
Virginia Johnson.
Kimberly Yoyola.
Shasta Friend.
Adam Harris.
Latanya M. Jones.
Hannah Fritsch.
Jessica Garcia.
Philip Varkey.
Maria Alvarez.
Emily London.
Danielle Baker.
Avery Norwood.
Aaron Barnes.
Renee Wade.
Laura Kinley.
Suzanne Montgomery.
Megan Fry.
Jeremiah Morris.
Lysandra Eagles.
Leslie Jimenez.
Mark Schaefer.
Catherine Arazo.
Giselle Romero.
Caleb Morrow.
Jacqueline Marino.
Malia Stewart.
Let's go. Iris Vega Gomez.
Amber Kumar.
Ines Shuji.
Grace Castillo. That is dedication right there.
Brody Hicks.
Megan Anderson.
Brandon Bohanko.
Natalie Rodriguez.
Elissa Santoya.
Aaliyah Anderson.
Risha DeVoe.
Ilse Leandro.
Grace Turner.
Nicole Gonzalez.
Claire Cohn.
Sarah Tate.
Arce Viviana.
Suzette Morales.
Teresa Mendez.
Aaron Barnes.
Ellen Gent.
Robert Kelsey.
Kiko Pacho.
Kylie Alvarez.
Amanda Reddle.
Kendall Smith.
Noah Krepola.
Solil Ikubasama.
Javon Johnson.
Tyler White Wilchin.
Ramia Richardson.
Zoe Hunter.
Marva Booker.
Stephen Phillips. If there is any inductee we did not call, please feel free to approach the stage at this time. Arlette Medina Diaz. Let's have one big, huge round of applause for all of our inductees here with us today. And let's also have one big round of applause for our inductees who are not able to make it with us here today, but who are watching online from home. Board members, you may return to your seats. At this time, inductees, I'm going to ask that you please stand one more time with your carnation in hand. For our inductees, NSCS has started a tradition some years ago. As mentioned, our chapter started back in 2014, and a few years ago we started this tradition in giving our inductees carnations. And the reason we did this is because we know that this journey is never a solo journey. There's always someone or something that's keeping us motivated, and there's family and there's people wrapping their arms around us, helping support and get us through this academic journey. So at this time we ask that you hand that carnation to those that came to support you here today and those that are on this journey with you, and really embrace those supporters as you make your way into this organization. A hug would be appropriate too, if we want to throw one of those in. A high five, maybe. All right, inductees, you may be seated. So once again, we really want to make this day memorable. It's not just about the inductee, it's about all of those who have really supported and come alongside us throughout this journey. And it doesn't stop here. You are now newly inducted members into the National Society of Collegiate Scholars, one of our most prestigious organizations here on GCU's campus, and one of which with a national brand. And we want to make sure that that's something that you really cherish and enjoy and embrace as you move forward in your path at GCU. At this time, I would like to welcome up some of our board members, Desiree, Hannah, and Jessica, and we will do the formal pinning ceremony where you can now take out the pin that you just received. So come on up.
The NSCS pin represents all of your hard work, effort, and commitment to furthering your education. The symbol you see on this pin is a torch emerging from an open book and 3 stars, all surrounded by a laurel. The torch symbolizes guidance and leadership. The open book represents learning and scholarship. The laurel is a sign of honor and distinction. And the 3 stars represent the pillars upon which the society is built: scholarship, leadership, and service. These pillars serve as symbols of the society's founding principles that with scholarship comes the responsibility to provide leadership and service to the community.
For all the new members, you may now remove your pin from the cardstock. Please stand and hold your pin in your right hand. All right, now repeat after me as we recite the oath of membership. I do solemnly pledge. One moment, we're going to start over. Okay, there we go. One more time. I do solemnly pledge to do my best to continue my scholastic excellence and to be a leader committed to serving others. Furthermore, I affirm my pledge to promote and preserve the 3 pillars of the society: scholarship, leadership, and service. Congratulations, you are all officially members of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars. We hope you will continue to achieve great things throughout your time here at GCU and years beyond. Let's give our new members a round of applause. Great. All right, you may now be seated.
As newly inducted members of NSCS, you have many opportunities to make the most of your membership. From the more than $1 million in scholarships to career opportunities and corporate discounts that every student can use, your NSCS membership never stops working for you. In fact, just by attending this ceremony, you are eligible to apply for the $1,000 NSCS Induction Recognition Award. While scholarships and discounts are a tremendous benefit of being a member of NSCS, the people you will meet and connect with through NSCS are truly invaluable. Many members of this chapter can attest to the amazing opportunity they've had to work with fellow members, faculty, and leaders of the community. These are the connections that have allowed our members and our chapter to expand our impact both personally and as a community. Let's take a quick moment to watch this brief video from NSCS.
NSCS has paid off tremendously. It's developed me as a person, not just as a student. It's brought me out of my shell as a president and an officer. My name's Alex Rye, and I go to Michigan State University. As high-achieving students, the focus tends to be on being that perfect student and sitting in the classroom and sitting in the library for hours on end. NSCS brings that outside perspective and the resources to become not just a student, but a full, well-rounded individual.
The most memorable moment of my chapter was when The induction ceremony finished last year. At the time, I was vice president and I had been leading the event a lot. Someone stopped me at the end of the event just to congratulate me on how well I did. It was really meaningful to me. My name is Leanna Crawford. I'm from the University of Alabama at Birmingham. NSCS has complemented my college experience by broadening my view. I'm a very science-focused person, and it's allowed me to meet a lot of people from different majors.
NSCS is an honor society that's specifically for first year and second year students that are just starting their college journey. My name is Daniela Espinosa, and I'm an NSCS alum. Sometimes people think honor societies as clubs, but they're really more of an academic investment into your future career, into your future journey.
The NSCS's pillars are scholarship, leadership, and service. My name is Francisco Guerrero, and I go to Arizona State University. To me, scholarship means trying to pursue knowledge in ways that matter to you.
As a career services professional with over 20 years of experience, NSCS allows students the opportunity to build on essential skills that prepare them for graduate or professional school or for full-time employment after graduation. I'm Tony Avant. I am the director for the Career Center at the University of Mississippi, and as chapter advisor for NSCS, there are a couple of things that I work with the chapter very closely to accomplish. One being the annual induction ceremonies.
One of the things that I wouldn't have thought about as much 25 years ago when I started the organization was the number of ways that we've impacted so many members and actually changed their lives. I'm Steve Laughlin. I'm the founder of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars. Nothing makes me more proud of NSCS than when I get the opportunity to hear a story from an NSCS member that tells me something that we provided to that member actually changed their lives.
NSCS has helped me a lot during college. For the interview process of pharmacy school, I had to list leadership qualities and what leadership positions I've held. My name is Kevin Dong, and I'm the NSCS chapter president of the University of Iowa. My most memorable memory was getting the email from Holly that I got elected as president.
Hello, everyone. Our NSCS chapter works closely with the National Office to host events, service activities, and networking opportunities all throughout the year. Next week, we will be hosting our third general member meeting, focusing on scholarship and professional development, and would like to invite each of our new members to attend. We'd love to have as many members volunteer as possible so that we may share our joy and love with those in need. For more details or reminders for our upcoming events, you can find us on Facebook as the National Society of Collegiate Scholars at Grand Canyon University and as @GCU_NSCS on Instagram. Be sure to check your emails and follow our pages to keep up with everything NSCS, as well as special announcements. Thank you.
I started Active Minds first as a student group, actually, when I was an undergrad at the University of Pennsylvania, shortly after losing my brother Brian to suicide. Brian had been a really successful student, both in high school and in college, got into his top choice college, was extraordinary, president of an a cappella group, sports editor of the newspaper, dean's list student at his college, but he started struggling with his mental health and didn't tell anybody what was going on.
Since the beginning, NSCS has wanted to be at the forefront of what's happening with the college student development experience. And now that you look at where we are, mental health is a really important priority for not only higher ed, but also for us as an organization to make sure we present this and provide it as an opportunity for our members.
And when he died, I was a freshman at the University of Pennsylvania, and I immediately kind of threw myself into research and learned that what had happened to Brian was not all that atypical, that so many people start struggling with their mental health in high school and college, and the age of onset of almost every mental health issue is exactly the high school and the college age, and yet we don't talk about it at all.
One of the things that I've come to realize about our members is that they're high achievers. And high achievers put a tremendous amount of pressure on themselves to excel, to do well, to always go above and beyond, sometimes at the expense of maybe their own good. And so when we started thinking about a national philanthropy, it seemed logical that Active Minds would be a perfect organization to work with so that we could help connect our high achievers with their services and opportunities for mental health.
NSCS is a leader in campus scholarship and recognizing student success in all levels of campus success. And Active Minds was also really thrilled to see NSCS step up and want to support its students and recognize that for full success for student life includes their mental health and mental well-being.
The best way for NSCS members to really embrace this partnership and to make a difference in their community is just to raise their hand to get involved. And I think the best way to do that is to show up to a meeting and to seek out ways that you can actually bring the conversation about mental health and Active Minds into your campus community and even possibly your local community where the opportunities may exist.
Active Minds offers a number of resources for folks who are interested in learning more about mental health or doing more in mental health. On our website, www.activeminds.org, you can find all sorts of information about starting or joining a chapter and also how to bring some of our programming to your school.
I really feel good about the fact that we as an honor society are committed to this. And while there's a lot of really great honor societies that exist on college campuses, I think this is one more unique benefit that we offer and one more indication of how we're really wanting to be more connected to the student experience.
If you're struggling or you know somebody in your life who is struggling, I would just encourage you to reach out. We're here for you and we don't want you to struggle alone.
Wonderful. Hey guys, me again. Well, as our ceremony comes to a close, we're very excited to share an important announcement. The National Society of Collegiate Scholars has adopted a national philanthropy. We are thrilled to announce our initiative with Active Minds, the leading nonprofit organization that empowers students to speak not only openly about health and their own health, but about mental health as well. For more information about this wonderful partnership, we encourage you to keep an eye out for messages from both your officers and our national office throughout the 2019-2020 school year. Well, to close out today's ceremony, I'd like to bring back up our chapter advisor, Brianna Nagley, and bring her back to the stage.
All right, it has been an exceptional morning, a great way to start a Saturday and a weekend. So just some closing remarks for you all. Once again, a sincerest congratulations to all of your hard work and your dedication and commitment, and congratulations on being here with us today. As an NSCS member, you do all have access to a member portal, and I strongly encourage you guys to start to navigate that. That's where a lot of our communication is sent, so if you're wanting to get more involved, it's absolutely not a requirement of your membership, but if you would like to get involved and engage within our community, that's where we're sending those announcements and reminders. Through there, you also have access to corporate discounts, membership, benefits exclusive to you, and outside scholarship opportunities that you can apply for and apply towards your tuition at GCU. Those are only open and available to NSCS members, so you're not competing with everyone out there searching for scholarship dollars. It's just within that NSCS community. So be sure to take a look out for that. Also, as an NSCS member, there are cords just for you to wear at your graduation ceremony, your formal commencement ceremony. Those cords are owned through the NSCS store, so you can navigate to that through your portal, purchase your cords for graduation. Once again, it is optional. It is absolutely not required of you, but it's a great way to signify your academic excellence and that you didn't just graduate with a degree, but you did so reaching the highest of academic excellence here at GCU, and it's a great way to honor the recognition and membership that you have within the NSCS community. The last thing I'll wrap up with is immediately outside these north doors and on the north quad, we have food for you. So there's nothing like waking you up than some coffee and a bunch of free food. So can we give a round of applause for that? So as we close up today, you can go ahead and make your way out these north doors, stop by the restrooms if needed, but on that north quad, you will have access to brunch. So enjoy that. Take this time to celebrate. There's picnic tables. Hopefully the weather is beautiful and not still 50 degrees. So enjoy that. Take your photos and absolutely take a moment to celebrate this huge accomplishment. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Congratulations once again and have a beautiful weekend.